Hello and welcome back to this channel. Today's going to be super fun with the UPs once again. We are going to be talking about sales and deals. But here's the thing. I've been really hyping up the spring sale that has been all over Amazon, Walmart, Kohl's, literally everywhere. So I'm super excited because the sale hasn't really been, let's just kind of put in some simple terms, not the greatest we've seen compared to what we saw last year. So today, that brightens up with what Lego.com just did in the Lego group. Now I'm super excited to start today's video, but before we do, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you're not missing every video, and please like this video. Let's go ahead and start today's video. So before we do go ahead and start checking out the first one, I have checked Amazon, I've checked Target, I've checked Kohl's, I've checked Walmart, I've checked a few other places. For the most part, everything I talked about in my last deals video for the Easter and spring sales is the same. I don't believe I've seen anything new other than maybe one or two sets. But I'm very excited about, and I've really been hyping this sale specifically up for a very long time because lately, Lego itself has been kind of just blowing away the deal market. So, first thing is everyone is awesome. Now, this was supposed to go out last year, but it didn't. I ended up investing in about 5 last year, about 40% off. So this deal is a little bit lower, which I'm a little bit surprised on, and the reason why it's a little bit confusing why Lego is going a little bit smaller with their sales. And you'll notice that a little bit throughout today's video. The sales aren't as strong as what we've seen like from last year. So first thing up, once again, is everyone is awesome. This is going to be 30% off. From $35 to $24.50. Now this is really good. 11 minifigures, so that's definitely a plus, and 346 pieces. So this is very good. Will I buy any more? Who knows? Now since I did already buy it 40% off, I'm not really interested in that 30% off, and if it goes 40% off again, I might consider it. If it goes 50% off, I'll most likely buy some more. So next thing up is the Christmas table decoration. Now, the thing is, the reason why I'm not super excited about this is the same sale we've seen for a very long time. Since really Black Friday, the sale's not dropped yet. So, of course, it is 30% off. We've seen this go 40, 50% off, and by stacking many deals, possibly 60% off. So, this is going from $40 to $26 or $28. So, that 30% off still takes off a pretty good chunk of that number, but, of course, the market for investing in this isn't the best. Now, of course, if you guys are hoping to buy this for your collection or adding this to your collection or just simply wanting to build it, this is a great deal. I definitely recommend checking it out. So, will I invest in this? I haven't yet invested in it yet, and I've seen better sales on it. So, right now, probably not. Now, something I'm a little bit confused on is this Lego set. Now, I talked about this a little bit in my last video also, but the Halloween pumpkin. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this and acting kind of confused is this was the Halloween promotion last year. So I think it's kind of ridiculous the reason why this is an actual set now. It's kind of like, hey, the May 4th promo is going to be big this upcoming year, but you better sell it quick if you're hoping to invest in it because we're going to launch it as an actual set a week later. So, I mean, I'm a little bit annoyed about this. Luckily, I did sell the promos, so I'm not really that as sad about it as if I would still have it. But of course, I did still invest in this because 40% off is still a huge thing. So who knows what this will do if Lego's going to try and sell this out. That is a very strong sale for the beginning of 2026. So will they try and get rid of it? There's a lot of sets actually too this year retiring in July, which I'm a little bit surprised on. This might be one of those that's going to be going out then. So I bought quite a few of these. I'm very excited to get this in the mail. Hold on to it for a little bit once it retires, see how good it does. But for the most part, heading over to this one. Now, I've really talked about this entire just theme, the Disney Mini collection. I mean, this is the 3rd edition to what we're going to be seeing. Now, first year was Haunted Mansion. I'm going to be completely honest, it did not do that well in the secondary market. The next year was Palace of Agrabah. I've actually built both of those on the channel if you guys do want to check those out. I built this before too, but I've not built it on the channel. So, the Palace of Agrabah did actually really well. So right now I'm kind of 50-50 trying to decide, like, is this a really good investment to kind of like go all out on, or if it's going to kind of fall in the same path as the Disney Haunted Mansion and really take a huge loss. I'm thinking it's going to follow the same path as Agrabah. Now let me tell you why. I looked all over Amazon, Walmart, Target, Kohl's. You can't find this anywhere. It's not for sale. For the most part, I looked at past data, and I don't know if it's ever been on sale, which will mean this 20% off is the very first sale, percentage sale, that we've ever seen on this Lego set, which is awesome. But here's another thing that makes me question a little bit of this. Those two mini castles, the Haunted Mansion and Agrabah, both of those were in the same sale. First sale they were in of that year they retired, but both of those went 40% off for the sale. So I think this is a little bit interesting because this is half of that sale, which might indicate that this is selling really well, and Lego doesn't want to put this on a stronger sale because it's selling really well. Now, of course, there could be a billion possibilities of why Lego's doing it. Maybe they want more money from the Lego set. Maybe it's costing them a little bit more to run it in their scale or their production center. So maybe that's the reason why it's not on a stronger sale. But I think it's really, really odd why they're doing that sale. Also, Palace of Agrabah, we saw go on a few sales before the spring sale we saw last year, and last year it did retire, just retired about 4 months ago. But I think there's a really good chance this is going to follow that same path in a way. But I think the data already backing it up looks awesome. So I've already ordered about 15 of these. So I'm very, very excited about this. Now here's my game plan. So this I ordered 15. Now keep this in mind. You also have Rakuten. You also have the Polybag 2. I'll talk about the Polybag at the very end of the video if you guys want to check that part of the video out too. But where I was going there is, I mean, 20% off technically isn't the main price. You're also getting insiders points, so that's 5%. So once you add all that up and you're assuming you're selling the Polybag for maybe $6, you're coming close to getting this maybe 30, 35, possibly even 40% off depending on when Rakuten is. Now I placed this order when Rakuten was on 2.5, which obviously isn't a lot, but it is definitely still something. So at the end of the day, after I've added everything up, I got about 30% off on this in total, which is still pretty good. So as always, I'm hoping to invest in a lot more of this. Now, if it goes 20% off again, I don't think I'll buy any more. But if it goes on maybe a stronger sale, like 30 or 40% off, I think I'll definitely be interested in buying quite a few more. But I think the data behind this is definitely looking good. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. From an investor standpoint and some investing advice for this one specifically, if I were you, I probably wouldn't buy a ton of copies like how I did. If I would give you the best advice in this situation is I would wait for the next sale, because as we progress through 2025, I think the odds of us seeing the stronger sale on this is definitely going to be a lot higher. Now, honestly, it could follow like another Lego set where Lego kind of retires it like out of nowhere. We saw Lego do that a lot on a lot of sets last year, which is interesting. So this might follow that same wave, but I think this is definitely going to do very, very well in the secondary market. But for the most part, it's looking pretty good for that one. Now, Carl and Russell Kevin. Now, what I think is really, really awesome is it is a Brickhead sale. So what we saw last year was for this sale, we didn't really see any Brickheads. So having a Brickhead this early in the year on sale is a little bit nerve-wracking because it shows that Lego, that this might not be selling as good, and it's also a very new set. I think it came out 3 months ago, which, I mean, is quite some time ago, but honestly, in Lego terms, it's actually still pretty new. So, this is 20% off. Now, I bought 15 of this also. Now, if you guys have seen some of my other videos, I am a huge fan of Brickheads. An absolute huge fan of Brickheads. I absolutely love the collection and themes. Now, I don't have the biggest collection because I mainly invest in it to resell. But at the end of the day, I definitely really want to start looking into starting the collection, starting to build a lot more Brickheads, especially on this channel. So if you guys do want to check those videos out when they do come out, go ahead, and I'd greatly appreciate it if you would. But Carl and Russell and Kevin, now this is going to be 25, so it's not horrible. We get 2 pretty good sized Brickheads, and then we also get Russell, so I think it's really, really good. So, I mean, the reason why I kind of said that is usually when the Brickhead is smaller, usually it's kind of like considered $5 minifigure. I wouldn't say minifigure, kind of a person, I guess. We'll just call it that for now. But I mean, Russell is, I would consider the same size as all of them. So I think, for the most part, it's a pretty good deal for really what you're getting. But for the most part, I did check this too. This is supposed to go out in July. So that sale is definitely coming up very, very quickly in about 5-ish months. As always, this is going to be a very, very exciting thing. Now, heading over to Adventures with Interactive Lego Mario. Now, I'm not the biggest fan with the interactive Lego Mario sets. I've never really had one. I've never really played with one of these sets before. But at the end of the day, I think it could do okay. Now, the reason why I say could in that sentence is I haven't really heard many people talking about interactive Mario sets doing pretty good in the secondary market. So, with that, I'm going to probably skip on this. I have not yet ordered any of that. Then, with the next one, we got the Cyberbrain Mech. This is a very, very cool one. But again, I mean, throughout the idea of Lego investing, Dreams has really never done that great. So, I mean, there's not much to say about it. I mean, it's definitely a really cool Lego set. Don't get me wrong on that. But for the idea of investing in this long term and making a profit off of it, it's not really the best set for that. It's more of if you can get it 40% off, now we're talking. Just 20% off doesn't really strike me to be able to slightly scroll down, click add to cart and purchase it. So for now, I'm skipping this too. And well, let's talk about the information really quickly on it. It is going to be a $35 Lego set. The sale 20% off is bringing it down to 28. So 368 pieces also. Now we got the wild animals and majestic rhino with birds. Now this is definitely a really, really cool one. And honestly, for some reason when I see this, it kind of reminds me of like the Lion King or something, which I mean, I love the movie. So, I mean, sale is okay, 20% off. I have seen it on a much stronger sale. I believe Amazon has it on sale too. So at the end of the day, I just don't think 20% off is going to get you very far on the idea of trying to get the best out of best sales there are. There's just kind of like, hey, it's on sale. You can buy it if you want. There are better sales if you look a little bit harder, but for the most part, it is definitely still a good deal, and I think this will definitely easily hit 40% off in a few months. So this is $60. It is a little bit expensive for how much you're really getting, but it is definitely a very cool thing, and I definitely think it's a really, really good younger audience Lego set to build. But that 20% off is going to bring it down to 48. Now, it also has 780 pieces, which is pretty good. Then we got the Creative Garden and Flowers. Now we're going to be heading into kind of some Duplo right now. Now this is really, really good for the much younger audience. But at the end of the day, this is 20% off also. It's just kind of a sale of just strictly 20% off. So this is $20 MSRP with the sale bringing it down to 16. So pretty good. Pieces in it is 45, but it's way bigger blocks. Then we got the... This is absolutely awesome. So this has had a lot of hype around it. This is the Wicked Lego set. I mean, Alphaba and Glenda figures, absolutely awesome. I will say, Lego's really launched characters like this. Now, I don't really love the design of these characters. I mean, at the end of the day, I would much rather get, like, the minifigures of these people while we get, like, kind of like the build itself. Maybe, like, Emerald City or something. I mean, there could be... it's not my go-to want to have in my collection Lego set, but, at the end of the day, I know there's still an audience out there because there was a lot of hype when this did come out. So, as always, I haven't invested in this. I think we'll easily be able to see much stronger sales on this over time. This is going to be a $55 Lego set with the 20% off, bringing it down to $45. Heading over to the Able Sisters clothing shop. Now, this is a part of that Nintendo Animal Crossing one. Now, I played the game a few times. It is definitely pretty good. It's not my go-to game. I wake up in the morning, get on the Nintendo and play this for 6 hours. That's not really my go-to game. So, at the end of the day, they're good sets. They definitely have a lot of detail, and at the end of the day, Animal Crossing is definitely a very popular one. I don't really know how popular it's been lately, but as always, I definitely think it could do okay in the secondary market. I have invested in Animal Crossing before, and it hasn't sold that great, so I don't really know if I'm going to hit Animal Crossing as hard as I did last year. Now, this is 20% off. Now, I think easily this will hit 40% off at some point, even maybe 60% off later. But this is going to be a $40 Lego set. MSRP with it bringing it down to $32. Then we got Elsa's Ice Palace. Now, this is very, very just awesome sale. Now, I've actually invested in this before, so I ended up placing an order for 5 of these. I didn't really think this is a pretty good investment, especially with the extra like Rakuten points and promotion, bringing it up to about 50% off. So it's pretty good. Elsa's Ice Palace, $100 MSRP with it bringing it down to $60. Now this has 630 pieces too, and I definitely think it's very overpriced compared to like the other Lego sets. Then we got the Kakamora Barge. Now this is definitely good. Now I'm not the biggest fan of these types of minifigures, but at the end of the day, they're still good. They still describe the movie. 20% off just isn't kind of striking me to be able to place an order for this. It's just not that type of Lego set that I see a good deal for that price. I definitely think for a $100 Lego set and 572 pieces, which is even less than the last Lego set, Elsa's Ice Palace, I definitely feel like 20% off just isn't that great. I feel like 40% off would be better talking there. So at the end of the day, I definitely am interested in placing an order for this. 20% off, no. 40% off, I definitely probably will place an order for 1 or 2 copies of this. So pretty good sale there. Cute bunny. Now, as always, I will say throughout this entire video, I'm going kind of based off of the idea of you guys are investing in it, and I'm investing in it, so I'm kind of describing it as that. As always, if you guys are hoping to build it or anything, go ahead. These sales definitely still save you money, and it's not like they aren't on sale right now. So if you guys are interested in it, I definitely recommend you guys checking it out now, because the sale won't go forever. So the cute bunny, this one I didn't really know existed till 2 days ago. So it is going to be 20% off with it being $20 and MSRP, and the sale bringing it down to $16. This Lego set also has 326 pieces, but at the end of the day, I really do like the design in it. I feel like the feet and kind of thigh part of the bunny definitely looks really, really clean. The actual face of it looks pretty good. The ears, I mean, not the best, but they still describe like what the character is and the animal is. So at the end of the day, I think it's still pretty good. You can also find, I believe that is, I don't really know, I'm assuming that's an otter and that's a horse or a goat. I don't really know, but at the end of the day, they're still pretty cool. But heading over to the next one, we got the T-Rex. Now, we've seen this on some other deals too, but at the end of the day, this is supposed to retire this year. MSRP on it is going to be $60 with 20% off, bringing it down to $48. I think it's okay. Now, I'm not planning to invest in this for this sale either. Just 20% off isn't really screaming out to me like as like the Brickheads or like the little Ariel's Castle there. So this is also going to have 626 pieces and ages 9 and up for recommendations. Heading over to the very last sale of the very last Lego set on the sale we're going to be talking about in today's video, the Thunderfang Dragon of Chaos. Now this is definitely a really cool one. This is a part of Ninjago 2. I feel like the Ninjago sets are really, really awesome. Now they're not my go-to theme, but at the end of the day, I definitely love the Lego sets. It's been actually a really long time since I've actually built an Ninjago Lego set. I don't really know why I haven't built any lately, but I definitely need to bring them back on this channel and definitely start building them again. So, as always, this is definitely a really cool one. This is going to be a $70 MSRP or $69.99 with that 20% off, bringing it down to $55.99. So pretty good there. As always, this also has 668 pieces with the age recommendations being 8 and up. So I definitely feel like these are pretty good. Talking about promos at the same time too, we got the cute Easter bunny. Now, the Easter polybags have never really done that great. I'll be completely honest there. They've just never really done that great in the secondary market, maybe hitting $5. But I think at the end of the day, I'm definitely still satisfied that I was able to still get a promo. It's better than nothing, of course. But all you have to do, spend over $40 on basically anything, and you get this in your order. Another thing is Kimino Camino, I think I said that right, training facility. Now this is the 2025 May 4th promotion, main GWP, so I think it's kind of crazy and frustrating why LEGO is launching this again. We've actually seen this twice now after the main big promotion for May 4th, so I'm not very happy about that, but at the end of the day, you have to spend over $160 on any Star Wars set. You have to buy a Star Wars set that's over $160, or your order has to come up to $160 out of Star Wars items to be able to get this. So I think that's kind of crazy why they're re-releasing it, but at the end of the day, it's still a great opportunity for those big Star Wars fans that want to get their hands on a new Star Wars set they've been looking forward to for quite some time. So as always, sadly, this is going to be the end of the video. If you guys have any questions or any comments down on what you're planning to invest in, go ahead. I'd love to hear your comments and what your game plan is in the comments below. As always, I will also say this channel is not for LEGO investing advice. I'm simply just throwing out my own opinion, so maybe you can view some of these LEGO sets from a different standpoint. As always, I strongly recommend you guys to do your own research before you actually do place these investments, because of course it is your money you're spending. So as always, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you guys have not yet, please subscribe, hit the notification on all so you not miss every video, and please like this video. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we post next. Peace